your minds and make you all think we're live, we're here, we are on a different time zone, different timeline, different, everything. So tonight, I'm sorry you guys, this morning I needed the morning off. Okay, I've spent a lot of energy the last few days and it's been insanity for me, and I just needed the day off to just chillax, relax, and everything. But I still wanted to bring you the message. So, of course, here we are. We're live tonight and we're bringing you the message. So all of you beautiful people, hopefully you're going to come on tonight. If not, you guys will see this whenever you get on here. You'll end up coming across it, and then it'll be there. So, beloved ones, let's get this message going. What you are about to hear is not new information at all. Okay, it's a reminder. It's something you already have known this deep within you. You've known it for this entire time. It's what's drawn you here. And hello, those who've joined us now. You're always known, by the way. Okay. By the way, what I am teaching here is not here to save you. It's here just to activate. It's just here to help remind you of who you already are and what you came to do. This is your work. Nothing that I'm teaching here it's anything else other than what you wanted to hear. You aligned yourself up to hear this. This simulation, by the way, it's a lie, but you are not. What you see with your own eyes, touch with your hands, it's not reality at all. It is a projection, a rendered illusion. Illusion, And science has already confirmed this. So this is not just me coming up with some voodoo, whatever. Science says this is reality, is not solid. It is made of vibrations, frequencies, observations, and perception. And you live inside this quantum simulation that responds to belief systems. And yet, here we are, more real than what surrounds you because you are the observer, the code breaker. You're not just some character. You are the consciousness writing the story. And it's starting to glitch because you're starting to see. You're starting to recognize what's going on. And you're not playing the game anymore. You're like, okay, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm willing to go work the hard work and go and look in the shadows and walk in the mirrored image. This world, this system, this false reality, you see it. And it was never made for you, and you get that. It was made to control you, and you see what that is. A system built on manufactured fear, genetic suppression, historical amnesia, institutional lies, spiritual blindness. Hello, how's it going, beautiful people? And yet, the cracks are showing, the cycles are breaking, and the patterns are falling. You've seen the signs, guys. Come on, let's pay attention to this. This is so funny, actually, when I really look at it. You get plagues every 20 years. It lines up. Wars every 80 years. Economic collapse in like a clockwork, It was never chaos. It was code, all coded system. A bunch of ones and zeros placed together to create this spasm of the system that we got. But the code no longer holds because you are awakening inside it. Hey, how's it going? All bound me. I'm not an expert, not even a formal student of it. There you go. The system made you afraid of death, by the way. Think about it. Science teaches you there's energy, right? And energy in science says you cannot be created nor destroyed. And yet, here you go, you get told you have a birthday at the beginning, your breath of your existence, and then you get told you're going to die. And so your entire life, you're taught these fears of existence, so it gets you afraid of doing things because you could fucking die. The system made you afraid of death, but what if I told you you're already dead? Because it's just your energy, not just once, but many times over. You've had several existences. You are not the version of you that was born in this body. You are a continuation, a continuum, a remnant, a reboot. The version of you from before is gone. They did all control delete and reset and scared you to crap and put you back into this system. And yet you carry the memory in your bones and you feel it in your dreams. You recognize it even when you go out and you go into, take a moment into some maybe a natural practice, a shamanism moment or plant medicines or whatever. You hear in the moments of silence that It was something else, you know, something else once before. This isn't your first simulation. And that's why you've returned, because you remember something ancient, you know. Now let's go deeper to this. You know, the God of this world is not the true creator. The Gnostics even tried to warn us of this, and they spoke of the Demiurge, a false architect, a jealous, controlling imposter, just like, you know, a guy who's schizophrenic who built this matrix of fear. And his servants, the Archons, they feed on energy, human suffering. They maintain, like, the system through war, shame, division, and heresy. But you know, you are not a slave. You are a spark of the divine wisdom. You are true inherit of Eden. You were exiled not because of you sinned, but because you remembered too much. And therefore, that's why this system keeps resetting, re-going over, so that you can't remember, and feeding full of fear, so you won't take the time to stop, because you're just too afraid to. It does not submit to a digital control or an ideology program. That's the one thing that's beautiful about nature. Why do you think so many people that are teaching these messages go, man, I just separated from all of everything. I took 7 months out into nature, guys, out into the desert in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And I got a big, beautiful beast of a dog. I got 2 dogs that are just amazing. I had 3 for a bit, and my beautiful servant dog passed on. Hello, beautiful. Hello, Mary Theodore. How you doing? Love you, man. Anyways, the thing is, you gotta realize this stuff, that this game is like, it's gonna feed these lies. And so if you go into nature, it's where the program actually could not touch it. Why do you think you were removed from nature? Why do you think you were brought into farming? Why do you think you were taught that you need this system to survive, to eat, to pay rent, to do this, to do that? Because it wanted to separate you from the one thing they couldn't distractly change, because nature continuously will show you the truth. You know, because it cannot lie. It does not submit to the digital control or the ideology programming. It holds original blueprints and the divine code before the hijack happened. You see, you touch a tree, you know, and you watch a flame. You sit with a wolf, you feel the truth of the earth vibrations beneath your skin. You know, every breath of the wind, every ray of sunlight is a frequency and a true world that still exists underneath assimilation. Nature whispers, come back, come home. The prison is not real. It tells you that. The system is lying to you. The prison system does not need to be overthrown, by the way. It doesn't need some massive war to happen or anything. It's actually really freaking simple. It needs to be outgrown. Okay? Why do you think they get mad when you get people who decide to take their backyard and decide to grow a garden in it, or they decide to bring more nature into it, and they're like, no, or they got all these codes that you got to have this kind of thing and that kind of thing and this kind of thing. It doesn't want the nature to outgrow, because it knows it speaks the truth. So when you unplug from its fear, it loses power. And when you speak truth, it loses grip. And when you remember who you truly are, the whole thing begins to collapse. See, you are not here to conform. You are not here to obey. You are not here to be safe, silent, or small. Have I ever seen Locked Up? No, man, I don't really watch much TV. Yes, it's guys, super cool. That's so many people know to get woke, right? It's amazing what's going on in this world sometimes, right? So you're not here to conform. You're not here to obey. You're not here to even be safe, silent, or small. You're here to break the wheel. You're here to rewrite the code, to become the architect of the new earth. You know, this is not just a breakdown. It is a great shift. This is one of the ancient seers and sage foresawn and foreseen so far long ago. This is the crossroads of humanity right now, guys. And those who have returned, the awakened, the misfits, the ones who remember, you are not random, by the way. You came for this exact fucking moment in this timeline. You are here to stand as a pillar of remembrance, as the old world, guys. Okay? The old world burns and the new age, the new one emerges. Let me see what we got. Say hi. Yes, guy. Yes, it is. I love it. Yes, the collective shift people. She's speaking the truth. Yes, we did. Thank you very much, Cal. So you came for this exact moment, this exact timeline. You made it even in your life. I'm sorry, it was horrible, guys, but you decided that because you didn't want to conform. It would have, if your life was, you would have conformed, and you know that. You are here to stand as pillars. Remembrance as the old world burns. We are here to merge, guys. We are here to be now. We are here to be this moment. We have all been so waiting for this. So now, guys, I want to speak this one truth over you, okay? You are not who they told you you were. This is not the world you were meant to live in. And the death you were taught to fear, it already happened. Now is the time to remember. And now is the time to reclaim your voice, your power, your sacred memory. You are an anomaly. You are the key. And you are the spark in the dark that cannot be put out. So let this system fall. Just let it go. Because you are the ones who will rise. Don't be afraid of what the world speaks. Let it happen. Let go. Because no, if they can't turn you into the moment of fear and even get a moment of your attention, then how can something that is an illusion win? The real system has to stand. The old system has to crumble. Because original design always breaks through. Thank me the camera. I finally did it again, at least in this lifetime. Tap in the camera. Not even my husband will listen to me. What is the end thing? Don't worry about who will listen and who won't. It's not even the time for that to care about that anymore. All right, guys, make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. Make sure you recognize you are so valuable and you matter, and you're all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. We'll see you guys. Peace and love. You're not alone. Don't fret. All right? We got this. We'll see you guys next time. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I will be here tomorrow morning, okay? Peace out, you guys.